Alright, so right into the big lady. Here we go. This game's weird timeline goes Case 2, DLC, Case 3, beginning of Case 4, Case 1, rest of Case 4, Case 5. Yeah, I kind of already, I think I've summarized that before pretty much. Just where the DLC case falls needed to be clarified, but I think we already knew it became between Case 2 and 3. And it does make sense because this is the first time that Phoenix is going to be a lawyer, go back to being a lawyer. This is not Athena's first case, because Athena's first case was the one with Apollo, the demon one. So, yeah. Anyway. How dare you make me wait? Don't you know I'm a busy woman? I could have written an entire book for all the time I spent in that lobby. Prosecutor Blackwell. Well? I am Norma de Plume, and I am a non-fiction writer. Am I the only one who isn't telepathic here? Looks like she can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts. Not everything needs to be competition, Athena. What? Norma de Plume? The great non-fiction writer? Ms. Norma de Plume herself? I've read all of your works and enjoyed them immensely. Oh, great. Your million seller, The Great Grief of the Great Thief, is one of my favorites. Oh, are you a fan, Your Honor? I could give you my autograph if you like, and maybe a little blowy later. After the show. Wait a second. I could swear you looked much different in the photos in your book. Well, I used the ones from 10 years ago in my book so that the paparazzi won't harass me. The judge seems so shocked. The visual disconnect must really be doing a number on His Honor's head. Could we get started, please? If I find you to be lacking as a judge, you will see your debut in my books. Such harsh comments. You really must be the real Norma de Plume. Haha. Who knew Mr. Plume was so famous? Enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw and keep it brief. I would thank you not to order me around. I am perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was the moment of the murder. Very well, then. Please proceed with your testimony. All right, let's hear it. I think we're just going to have to prove that that wasn't the moment of the murder. That's what we're going for here. The moment of the murder. I went to Ship Aquarium to see the killer whale. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth. Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately. Alright, well, pretty obvious here. She didn't see the moment of death. He got clonked on the head. It seemed to be his how he died. That adorable defendant really did all that. It must be much more vicious than it looks. Now, deliver your judgment so I may carry out the sentence. Objection! He acts like he wants to fucking murder the whale himself. Jesus. The defense would like to do some defending first, if that's alright. Huh. Must you drag this out with your tomfoolery? Hold it! Yeah, you shut your mouth. The defense always has the right to cross-examine the witness, you know. A fellow inmate told me just this morning. If you want something signed, all you need is the document and a witness. Let me guess. They were convicted for contract fraud, right? Got him. All we need in this case is the evidence and a witness to convict. It's as simple as that. Looks like I guessed right. Sorry, but as Ms. Sykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine. Isn't that correct, Your Honor? I mean, this is a fucking trial, is it not? Yes, of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. I shall relish the sight of you thrashing around in vain. Okay, time to get wrecked, Mr. Blackwell. The moment of the murder. I went to Ship Aquarium. Shape Aquarium, which was in the see the killer whale. Press it. Why did you want to see the orca? Well, it is the featured attraction of the aquarium, after all. Huh. Why waste energy on such tripe? There is but one attraction in Ship Aquarium that is worth anyone's time. And that is the penguins. Isn't that right, Taka, my friend? Wow. He's like, fucking orca. Penguins are way cooler. They're so much cuter and adorable. He's a bird guy, obviously. Alrighty then, I guess Prosecutor Blackwell's for the birds. He's for the birds. Guess I should jot that down. Note to self, Prosecutor Blackwell is on Team Rifle. Wait, what? For pressing to plume and listening to Blackwell's tale. I got an achievement for talking about penguins? That's funny. I would have pressed everything anyway. That's pretty funny. And so you went to see the orca in its tank. Yes, that's right. That's right, yes. Yes, quite. As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor's corridor, it suddenly went crazy. I know, right? He's in on the penguin conspiracy. He knows the penguin did it, and he's secretly defending the penguin by prosecuting the whale. How dare he, right? I knew it was the penguin all along.
Hold it!
The orca suddenly went crazy, did she? Yes, it took a look at me, and then all at once it started going berserk. Did you do anything to make her angry? I did nothing more than simply glare at it from the visitor's corridor. She glared at Orla? And that's what caused her to go berserk?
Objection!
The reason the defendant went mad is not the issue here. Only what she did once she entered that state. In any case, the killer whale began behaving wildly in front of my very eyes, and then... What probably happened is someone blew the whistle that only she could hear, and then she reacted. Went crazy is probably a little bit of an overkill of a description. Anyway, I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth.
Hold it!
So you're saying you saw the very moment of the victim's death? That is exactly what I'm saying. Oh, it was simply dreadful. It was as frightening as losing one's manuscript just before a deadline. I suppose for a writer, that would be pretty terrifying. I witnessed the killer whale's horrific act, and I knew I had to do something, so... Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately.
Hold it!
Why were the police the first ones you contacted? I was afraid if I told the aquarium staff, they might try to cover it up. Of course, I immediately told aquarium security after my call to the police. I believe I deserve praise for my swift decision-making skills under pressure. Ms. DePlume is the most assertive witness I've ever seen. We better do our best to look like big-shot lawyers if we want to match her intensity. Ms. DePlume, I praise your swift decision-making skills under pressure. That was more kiss-up than big shot. I suppose it was unrealistic to expect a big shot from Mr. Wright. Huh. How fitting for a small fry to praise a big shot. How about cutting this small fry some slack, you big meanies? The important thing here is, did she really see the moment of the murder? You're raring to go, aren't you, Mr. Wright? I see it in your eyes, and in your heart. I guess I really am a lawyer at heart. Alright, so that's pretty much what I figured. The moment of the murder is not what she actually saw. I'm thinking it's probably going to be the autopsy that we're going to use on this one, because death from a brain contusion is how he died. Estimated time of death still under investigation. Okay, so that when we get that piece of information filled in, it's going to help us with timeline later. But anyway, contusion from head trauma, bruised all over body, death thought to be a result of an orca attack. Okay. Cell phone, performance of the show. Should we watch this? Oh shit, we can actually watch the video? Yo, it's the actual video? Alright, I'm gonna watch that later. We're gonna have to probably watch that back a couple times to find some detail in there. I'm not gonna watch that in its entirety right now. Anyway, that's not gonna help us. The calendar's not gonna help us. This walkie-talkie's not helping right now. Security footage. My only thing here is, where's the body? Like, the whale doesn't have the body here, right? I only see a cloud of blood. Is the body supposed to be there and I'm just not seeing it? Because I don't see no fucking body. Right? Like, I'm not tripping, right? That's... You guys see the same shit I'm seeing. Anyone here can use to expand her. Pearls apparently entered the staff corridor. He got bonked on the head. Alright, so I'm going with you didn't see shit, but do I present this photo or this video where I don't even see the body? Or do I present the autopsy because clearly he didn't die from the mouth and teeth? He got bonked on the head. Let's go with that.
Objection!
It would seem that you are mistaken, Ms. de Plume. I beg your pardon? The autopsy report does indeed say death thought to be a result of an orca attack, but the actual cause of death is contusion from head trauma, not being bitten, bitch. What? But I'm sure the victim was bitten. I don't believe that can be true. The security footage doesn't show anything of the kind.
Objection!
Huh. Just as I suspected. I knew you would peek at the footage behind Fulbright's back. Well, what did you expect when he wouldn't play nice and share? But unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only one small part. Good, show me more, please, because I want to see more of this fucking video. I think this might be one of those instances where either piece of evidence would have worked. So either one of those would have worked? I guess so, because he did show them both. Makes sense. Anyway. Huh? Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all of the evidence. Taka, the evidence I gave to you for safekeeping. Okay. More video, please. Guess that hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright in Blackwell's book. Very well, let's view the footage. Let's do it. Okay, there's the body. But where's all the blood? The other picture had blood. This one doesn't. Doesn't that seem a little suspicious? I think it does. What's this? The orca is biting the victim. No way! I have to say that this appears to be very damning evidence. I also got to check the timestamp on that. I didn't see the timestamp on it. Footage starts at 10 a.m. Okay, hold on. Security footage updated in the court record. No, I can't believe Orla really bit him. And there is more. Look at this. Okay. This photograph was taken while the body was being examined. There seems to be a strange bruise on the victim's right wrist. True. I'll have the crime lab examine the bruise and calculate its relevance to the case at hand. What's important right now is evidence that points to the orca as the killer. Look at the left side of the body. See the orca's tooth marks in the victim's clothes? Yeah, but he's not bleeding, right? Like, it didn't even penetrate. Although, yeah, he's not bleeding. Sorry. The way that the circle is only showing the highlight of the color. Yes, they do appear to suggest that she did in fact bite the victim. But there's no penetration marks, bro. His coat got ripped, sure, but that's it. Anyway, fine. Photo of the body, or is the court record. I told you so. And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface with the victim in its mouth.
Objection!
However, in the autopsy report, the cause of death is a contusion from head trauma.
Objection!
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, how are we ignoring this fact? You are much too impetuous, right, Dono? Granted, the orca biting the victim was not the cause of death. The witness was mistaken about that. Then what explanation is there for what the witness saw? Did I not say in the beginning? The orca toyed with the victim mercilessly. My goodness. After killing the victim, the defendant swam around with his dead body in her mouth. Just like any other predator toying with its prey. Dude. Ugh. Mr. Wright, the hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear. Fear of Orla. So the defendant bit the victim after she had killed him. But if that's the case, then we must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have a sound theory to give this to court? To give to this court? There we go. Jesus. I wouldn't be standing here if I couldn't prove whether the orca's heart was black or white. But Orla is black and white. Her body, I mean. Athena, please try not to provoke Prosecutor Blackwell. This witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think back, word mistress. Think back to what you observed before the orca bit the victim. Okay. Here's something that we're missing. Okay. Get ready to figure out what she actually saw, or part of what she saw that she hasn't mentioned yet. Ah, I see what you're driving at. So that was the true moment of the murder, was it? Now explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand. There you go again, ordering me around. Stop that this instant. But whatever, I don't mind telling my story. I saw the killer whale before it toyed with the body as well. I saw it in the moment it killed the victim by headbutting him. Headbutting him, huh? Orla killed the victim by headbutting him? That's right, it rammed the victim over and over again. Recall that the autopsy report stated that there were bruises all over his body. Recall as well how persistent the defendant can be when she's attacking her prey. And we all just saw the killer whale headbutting the victim in the footage, don't forget. Huh, that footage backs up Ms. DePlume's testimony. But there's also something very important it does not show. So, are they implying that that's his body next to the rock there? Like, I'm hella confused. Now do you see what a menace this killer whale is? Objection! I'm sorry, but I can't allow your testimony to stand unchallenged. Looking at this footage, the orca certainly seems to be headbutting something. But you'll note that that something is not the victim. Oh! What? Wow. Yes, please hold that down. I want to look away, but I can't. Are you trying to look up her skirt, Phoenix? Come on, man. Anyway, even if it was the victim, you couldn't have seen him from where you were, could you? What? Oh, well, I suppose not. Ms. DePlume, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant? Let's see. Oh, I remember now. As I recall, a rock in the shape of a skull was obstructing my view. So are you admitting that you couldn't see the victim? Yes, I suppose I am. However, immediately after the headbutting, the victim came floating up. He came from behind in the skull-shaped rock, and his body was all limp. What else could I think except that the killer whale was headbutting the victim? Objection! But if you didn't actually see the moment of the attack itself, then it's pure conjecture. Objection! Must I do everything around here? Yes, Blackwell. Carry us home. Anyway, he's just called you word mistress. You're not getting that from anyone else. Yeah, true. Blackwell's just about the only one giving her praises around here. Well, the judges, too. Anyway, why is Phoenix in this silly outfit, Morrow? Because I gave him that outfit to wear. It's actually a throwback to the, I think it's the third game. It's either this, I think it's the third game. It's an outfit that his girlfriend made for him back in the, like, it was like a flashback in the third game. But yeah, you can change outfits in this game. It's pretty funny. Like, you can wear different costumes. There's really not a lot of choices, but there are different ones. Also, what's up, Sparty? Welcome in. Yeah, it's just casual Friday around here. That's why Phoenix is dressed that way for show. All right, Blackwell, do everything around here for us, please. How dare you speak so rudely to me? There's no need for hysterics. Clear your mind and recall how you reached your conclusion. Though you couldn't see what the orca was attacking, you didn't need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior. What do you mean 1 year? Oh my god, here we go. What happened before? Oh. 1 year ago? That's right. Yes, that's it. That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim. I'm sorry, but could someone explain exactly what happened a year ago? If you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year in which the defendant murdered her trainer. Wait, what? Oh my god, we're adding in a whole nother layer to this. Now we're saying the killer whale murdered her trainer? What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say? What? Is this really true? This is not looking good for us. It's all in this book. That book? Oh, sorry. That book, The Killer Whale. That's Ms. DePlume's latest work. I was just thinking of picking that up. Huh. Non-fiction book. The Killer Whale add to the core record. One more and she'll be a serial killer whale. But nice. She's got double kills so far. But yeah, the girlfriend from the previous game was basically ended up being his fake girlfriend. But remember, Phoenix implored that she was so sweet and innocent that she didn't even poop, bro. Pooping? What's that? That girl don't poop. She doesn't do that. It just doesn't happen. No, she uses 100% of every nutrient that she ingests, so she doesn't poop at all. That's how sweet and innocent of a girl she was. Of course I remember that line because it's so fucking funny. He was like, she doesn't poop. I remember Phoenix very clearly getting very mad about it. She doesn't poop. Ooh. Like Phoenix was very much on that side. He was such a little bitch. Anyway, good times. My sweet dolly doesn't poop. That was it. Alright, anyway, so Orca kills its trainer, huh? Interesting. Interesting. Last year, the defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. The Orca headbutted and bit the victim. The same thing she's accused of in this case? Then why didn't they put the whale down last year? I'm confused. That Orca killed 2 people? That thing's a menace. Guilty, guilty, I say. I never wanted to go to the beach again. No, now everyone's even more convinced that Orla did it. No. We were doing so well, but now everyone in the room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it, but it's hard to keep on believing in someone who can't even tell her side. Tell me her side. Sorry, big yawn came in. Oh no, poor Orla. Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe Orla. There's no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her. Please, I'm begging you. Sasha, what am I doing? Doubting my client like this? This is the time to be strong. I believe in Orla, and I'm ready to fight for our clients. I'll take everybody in this courtroom on if I have to. Don't you worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the very end. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. Sweet, sweet. What if the real killer is responsible for both deaths? I pretty much already figured that, Tara. The fact that there was a kill, like a death a year ago that's very similar means that somebody be killing people, and now we gotta figure out who them peoples is. We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now. For an instant there, you were afraid of the Orca, weren't you? Right, Dono. When you saw the photograph of the victim from a year ago, you turned paler than me. He saw right through me. No. It's obvious you have neither the guts nor the determination to defend the Orca. It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. But there's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too. And what do you know about orcas? Nothing. That's what. Yeah, that's true. The penguins were probably around back a year ago as well, so the penguins could have done both kills. We got a murderous penguin on the loose, man. Got away with it the first time. Gonna get away with it again if we don't start accusing the penguin. So allow me to fill you in. Okay, here comes the orca expert apparently. Do you have any idea why orcas are also called killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales. So killer whales really are killers? What terrifying creatures indeed! I mean, I already knew this, but Phoenix maybe didn't. I can't bear to hear any more of your such rubbish as trusting a killer. Can you, your baldness? No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know. Dullard, you don't know when to give up, do you? Very well, I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no quarter and lay the full truth on them. Say more words. Oh, but of course, that is what I do after all. Also, penguins dress too nice, they must be hiding something. Yeah, dude. You can't trust a little dude in his little fucking tuxedo suit. Hell no, you can't. Prosecutor Blackwell, what will you have the witness testify about? I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard. What she heard? Very well, Mr. Plume. Please tell the court what you saw and what you heard. Oh boy. What you heard. Fuck what you heard. Go for what you see. What I seen and heard. This is you and me. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. Wait, what? That's it? So the orca displayed the same behavior as during the incident a year ago. That's right. Those weren't just simple cries. It was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the swashbuckler spectacular song. I don't know why I keep saying swashbuckler. That's right, it was singing the same song it sang in the aquarium stage show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible. I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in this testimony. It's clear I won't be able to take apart her statements with evidence alone. Mr. Wright, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do. You seem pretty confident. Let me guess. You notice a contradiction between the testimony and her emotions? You bet I did. And once we expose it, we just might be able to crack her. No, scratch that. We'll definitely be able to. Then let's give your knowledge of analytical psychologically a try. You got it, boss. A complete analysis of Mr. Plume's heart coming right up. Beep boop, motherfucker. Here we go. Crack this bitch like an egg. Here we go. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. Or I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. Why were you sad at this part? That's my first question. Why were you sad here? Ms. DePlume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she? Don't be absurd. I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale. Must have been something else that scared her then, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while it was doing that. Sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see? This is practically turning into a counseling session. I saw something. I remember now. Bitch, you wrote a whole book about how scary she's supposed to be. Yeah, really though. You literally wrote a book called The Killer Whale about how the whale killed somebody. Of course you were scared. Like a little bitch. Anyway, half the noise level gone already. Easy peasy. Okay, good. Now if you could please tell the court what you saw. I saw bright red blood. The killer whale's ramming caused the victim to bleed. There was a great cloud of blood. What? Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. That's when I knew that killer whale had killed a person for a second time. Well, that was a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood. So her terror was a reaction to blood, was it? That would certainly explain what happened yesterday. Please take a look at this blood-stained coin. Eek! Cease and desist at once. What kind of man shows a lady blood? Ugh, she doesn't have to get so worked up. It's just red on a coin. I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since then I've been terrified of blood. The very sight of it dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities. This is a bad turn. If Mr. Plume saw blood, then does that mean Orla really did attack the victim? It would appear that orcas are even more vicious than I am. So, how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, right, Dono? Rammed up the bunghole. What do we do now, boss? That testimony was not at all what I expected to hear. Wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Mr. Plume's heart. What? You mean there's more? Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging. Ugh. Is there even anything left of our case to damage? Well, whatever it is, we have to face it head on. Athena, you believe in Orla, right? If so, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth. Yeah, you're right. I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is, so let's delve a little deeper. You've got it, boss. Courts are dumb, huh, FML? Well, let me know if you think that way one day when you're in one, sir. You've been thoroughly rammed right down. Oh, now now there are penetration marks. Now there's those penetration marks. Jesus Christ. Killer Whale's behavior was the exact same as a year ago. We got that one ready. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. Info update. After it started headbutting, I saw that awful blood and was terrified. Okay. Another info update. But when the pirate hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. Alright, I feel like her reactions here, surprised and scared, wasn't that crazy. Same here. So what's the surprise here, I wonder? Like, what's the problem here? What would you be in court for, FML? Using noms, which is technically using ROMs, which is technically piracy. Nah, I don't know what you're gonna be in court for someday, but you wait, sir. Just you wait. Anyway, after I started headbutting, I saw that awful blood and was terrified. I mean, being surprised and scared here doesn't feel wrong, right? And same with this one. When the hat and victim came floating up, I let out a scream. What part of this is inconsistent? I don't really know. Like, being scared and surprised here doesn't feel weird. Maybe the surprised one here? Let's just go with that, I guess.
Got it.
No, that ain't right. When you view your emotions alongside your testimony, if it's an extra emotion, wait a minute. There really isn't anything strange here. Nope. I don't know, but I think maybe we made a mistake, Mr. Wright. I think maybe you're right. Let's take another look. Yeah, there must be an unexpected emotion here somewhere. Okay. I don't really know. Like, it's got to be one of these two, right? Because back here, the singing, approach the pool, and yeah, none of this feels wrong. Am I forgetting an aspect of this? I must be. Should she have been scared when the singing started? Is that what it is? The fact that she wasn't scared when the singing started? Is it the lack of being scared, maybe? Let's try that.
Got it.
No. Okay. After it started headrunning, I saw that awful blood and was terrified. Let me look at the video real quick. Also, the weird part here is that we haven't really looked at this closely with the timestamps, but at 10:09 the headbutting and the blood is happening, and at 10:10 the body is being carried, right? So it's a little confusing as to what the heck is going on here. Like, also, is there any inconsistencies in, like, what you see in the picture? It's within 1 minute, so not really. Alright, anyway, I'm like, should she be surprised that the body... Maybe which one did I try? Which one did I already pinpoint? I don't even remember. I'm just gonna start pinpointing everything. I don't give a fuck. Surprise? Alright, hold up. Being scared here? Why is that right? Am I... Her fear lessens? Oh, because of how fast it was blinking, it was less fear? What the fuck? I forgot that the fluctuations are important. I guess. I didn't really think about it, like, from the beeping standpoint. Okay. Alright, fair enough. She was less scared after she saw the body dead, which is weird. Anyway, her fear appears to lessen here at this moment. Yeah. Less fear when she screamed. That is odd. No, you're not wrong, Berserker, but I guess I didn't recognize the fact that it was less based on the beeping. I guess I should have thought about that. I'll have to remember that for later if it becomes pertinent again in this case, which it probably will. Ms. de Plume, weren't you afraid when you saw the victim that with blood coming out of him? My, that's a very good question. I was shaken after witnessing a murder, yes, but then the blood seemed to disappear. Oh? Disappear? And why do you suppose that was? Simple, it was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared. Objection! That's probably part of how the show works, to be honest. And how exactly does that work? How should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, Blue Boy. Wait a minute. From whom was this blood that Ms. de Plume saw actually coming from? Good question. She likes to wear hats. From whom was this blood that Ms. de Plume saw actually coming from? I mean, are we just to infer that the blood was coming from the orca itself? Huh. I'm gonna go with that. Take that! Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim. I beg your pardon. What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else at that pool besides the victim. Oh, I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pool, after all. What? Then where is this alleged injury on the defendant? I'm not sure, but if simply wearing the pirate hat made the blood disappear, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on on Orla's head. What? The orca's head. What are you prattling on about now? Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw. That is, the one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale. I remember now, there wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all. Oh, there we go. Called it. Okay. I guess that's it for that bullshit. We did it. Bye-bye. We did it. Analytical psychology got us what we needed from her. That was a huge help, Athena. It was also pretty dicey for a while, though, because I fucked up so many times. Well, this is a surprise. The blood the witness saw was the defendant's, not the victim's. Indeed. That is correct. And since there was no blood coming from the victim, there's only one thing we can conclude. That what Mr. Plume saw... Sorry, I'm tongue-twisting myself as I was trying to not hiccup. That what Mr. Plume witnessed was not the moment of the murder, as she claims. Yeah, buddy. He died either before or after that. I thought you were unarmed, but it turns out you were concealing a sword all along. Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut to the bone. Meaning? I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, Being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? God, I hope not. We'll have to ask some other witnesses, but if being rammed results in wounds that bleed, then maybe we shouldn't ram so hard, y'all. Be more gentle with the ramming. Ram gently. You don't always have to ram her hard. In fact, sometimes that's not right to do. Alright, I'm just going to stop there. Anyways, death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility. Okay, he has a point there. If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll have to... Oh, sorry. You'll need a sharper blade than that, right, Dono? I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder. Ah! There must be something. Think, Phoenix. If I'm correct, then the victim's death occurred... Before she saw. Actually, wait. The victim's death could have occurred after. I gotta think about the timeline of events here. But anyway. Blackwell, we know you've been in prison, but you don't have to keep talking about getting rammed. Exactly. He needs to slow down on the ram talk, you know what I'm saying? And I'm over here just giving out that life advice, FML, just so you know. Okay, so anyway, what I was gonna look at was some timestamp stuff. Does this have timestamp? Oh shit, I don't want to watch that. Sorry, not that. I meant to look at the footage. So we don't have a time for that. It's supposed to meet around 10. No. This got switched. He was supposed to meet the orc at 7. Okay, I'm gonna go with he was killed before. He was killed before. If the victim was already dead when Orla started her headbutting, then that would mean he died sometime before Ms. DePlume was watching her. The events Ms. DePlume witnessed took place around 10:10 a.m. I must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10:10 a.m. I mean, before 10:10 a.m. The only thing we have that talks about time before 10:10 a.m. is that calendar. So let's go with that.
Take that!
Maybe? Oh, maybe not. This is the, okay. Huh? I'm not sure that's really related to what Ms. DePlume did or didn't witness. Okay, never mind. But you're not sure, right? No, we can be quite sure it's unrelated. Yes, quite. Son of a bitch. I'm overthinking it again. I guess I can be. The events Ms. DePlume witnessed took place at around 10:10 a.m. I mean, is it just the other photo that says 10:09? It's got to just be the other photo that says, or the other piece of the footage that says 10:09, right? Like, what else do we have? Nothing else has a timestamp. It's got to be that. It's the other piece of the picture. We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10:10, which means there's still footage going further back that we need to check. Okay, so it is just the video in general. Your Honor, I request that all of the security footage be played for the court. All of the footage? Ms. DePlume witnessed the cloud of blood at around 10:10 a.m., but I believe the victim was already dead by that time. So your assertion is that the murder took place before Ms. DePlume arrived? Exactly. The security camera footage starts at 10 a.m. when the aquarium opened. And I believe there is vital evidence in the 10 minutes before. Huh. You are quite the gambling man, right, Dono? Are you honestly willing to risk everything on these mere 10 minutes? I've bet on slimmer chances before, but when he puts it that way...
Hold it!
Hold it, motherfucker. My boss is no coward, Prosecutor Blackwell, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie. Uh-oh. I can't back down now. Well, if the defense is that confident in its importance, Prosecutor Blackwell, the security footage. Fulbright. Roger, I have the rest of the security footage right here. Very well, please play it for the court. Please have something for me. Alright, here we go. This is what it looked like at 10:10 a.m. The witness can be seen here. Oh, that's the wrong voice. All right, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now. Okay, 10:09. 10:06. The whale's just chilling. It appears Mr. Plume hasn't arrived yet at this point. Now to see if I can find something from before this point in time. Okay, 10:03. Got it. 10 o'clock on the dot. A whole lot of nothing, I guess. Oh boy. Is that it?
Yup, that's all the footage there is. Well, Mr. Wright, did you see what you were looking for?
We got nothing.
Huh. Well, Right Dono, those were the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Did you see anything of significance?
Did I see anything important? I better think about this carefully. In the footage we see... So here's the thing. Can I see the whole thing again? No. So the thing is, the fact that we see nothing important makes me think that that means something. The fact that you see nothing means something. Does that make sense? Seeing nothing means something, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The fact that nothing else happened in that time frame means something. I think what it's all going to come down to is, when is that goddamn time of death? We got to have a better window. Anyway, does humble pie taste good with ice cream? I hope so. Most pie does, so humble pie, I imagine, is not any different than most other pies. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna say there's nothing important, but that's precisely the point. We could see nothing of importance in that footage.
Huh, just as I thought. Ha ha ha! You're right about that. That section was completely meaningless. It doesn't show a thing. That's why I didn't submit it as evidence.
Objection!
See, I told you. No, it's just the opposite.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
In this 10 minutes of footage, something important that should be there isn't there. Here we go. Detective Fulbright, this footage should have been submitted as evidence.
What? Are you questioning the way I carry out my duty to justice? Mr. Wright, explain yourself, please. What is important? What is this important thing that you say should be in the footage that but isn't?
Question. I don't know. What should be in the footage? Also, I just noticed that around his neck when he was dead, he had the whistle. But here he doesn't have the whistle. Is it just tucked in under his shit? That's a little questionable, in my opinion. Also, yeah, what kind of cookies is FML bringing tomorrow? I know, I'm bluffing like Funky. I mean, I'm Funky bluffing like Phoenix, exactly. But, like, what is missing from the footage? I'm trying to think. Can I look at the footage again? What's missing? I mean... Do I just show the photos or the footage? Because there's nothing else that relates to it other than the footage. I'm just going to do that.
Take that!
And what is the problem you perceive if that particular object isn't in the footage?
There's no problem, which is exactly why it is a problem, right?
While I admire your enthusiasm, please don't think you can wing it on enthusiasm alone. I would further like to suggest that your attitude is a problem, Mr. Wright.
What? My apologies, Your Honor. Weak, bro. I still contend that there is something important that is not in the footage.
That is your contention. Please back it with evidence.
What's the important thing not in the footage? The gold, the coins. The dashing red stash with a fluttering red scarf. Who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the skull rock? He also doesn't have his red scarf here. That's weird, right? Does he have his red scarf in this picture? I think he does. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. It's hard to say. I mean, what should be there? The fucking coins? Like, I'm confused. I'm definitely overthinking this, but I also not even sure I know what the fuck. Also, those cookies sound awesome, FML. Chocolate chip cookies with some regular milk chocolate chips? Hell yeah. I mean, I'm assuming they're talking about something that should be there that isn't there, as in, like, the body's not there. Shouldn't you see the body there? Like, I don't know, man. Jim Carrey should have covered this case. I made that joke in the beginning of this case when we started it the other day. Ace Ventura Pet Detective should have been on this one. I honestly am not 100% sure what I need to present here. I wonder if there's something in the video at this point that we should be showing. I feel like it's too early to need something from the video, though. Do I just click the body and hope that it's something missing from the body? Because I already tried the footage. Because I don't know what else would be missing. You do love that Phoenix was hired pretty much entirely because of he's a famously cross-examined parrot. He famously cross-examined a parrot. Exactly. All right, I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna try this, and if it's not this, then I'm not sure.
Take that.
No. Shit. Wait. No, I have it right. The important thing we should see in the video. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we should see his body. I thought about like. I mean, I guess we should see the body there already. So there you go. We should see the body of the victim. I think we see the foot of the victim himself, Jack Shipley. I don't know about you, but I didn't see him get in the pool in that footage. Oh, that's true. That's true. We never saw him get in the pool. That's true. That's true. You have a point. I didn't think about it from that perspective, but we never saw him get into the pool. Which makes me think he was already in the pool? I guess? Is that what they're implying? Well, anyway, let's just keep it rolling. Oh! Yeah, his body wasn't there, homie.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. If the victim is not shown entering the pool in this footage, it means that he must have been there by the skull rock during those 10 minutes. Indeed. But no human being can hold their breath underwater for that long.
Wait a minute, are you saying...
When the security camera started up at 10 a.m., the victim was already dead. Hell yeah, he was. We already kind of figured that already. What? Hell yeah, bro. I mean, I already kind of figured that. This is not news to me.
Order in the court. If that's the case, then when was the victim murdered?
I don't know, Your Honor, but we now know it had to have been sometime before 10 a.m. Therefore, this footage can no longer be called decisive evidence against my client.
But there is no one else who could have killed the victim.
Not necessarily. The defense believes that the true culprit may have been human. And we have evidence to back up our theory as well.
Do you now? I would be very interested in seeing this evidence.
The defense's trump card. That thing we found during our investigation yesterday. I wouldn't go so far as to call it decisive, but now's the time to play it.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please submit your evidence.
I mean, it's the coin.
What evidence shows that the crime may have been committed by a human?
It's the coin, homie. This is going to basically buy us time to investigate more for the second day.
Take that!
What's this? A coin?
Yes, a fake coin used in the aquarium's pirate show. We found it beside the pool. This coin is quite possibly the real murder weapon. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to burp in y'all ears. At least it wasn't a huge one.
This tiny little coin is the murder weapon. Mr. Wright, if this is another one of your bluffs...
As they say, the bolder the presentation, the less confident the solicitor. Who says that? I've never heard that in my life. This is no bluff, and this isn't the only coin. There are 300 of these coins in all, weighing a total of about 7 pounds. This one just happens to have blood on it.
Did you have the blood analyzed to see whose it is?
Not yet. But there were coins scattered all around the body, and the victim had a head wound. Taking these things into account, I believe it has to be the victim's blood. So to put it together, we have about 7 pounds of coins by the side of the pool. One of them with a blood stain on it. I think the answer is pretty clear here. Your Honor, it was Homie the Clown, because Homie don't play that. The defense proposes that the victim was killed beside the pool.
The side of the pool? But if the murder took place there, it would be difficult to say the orca did it. I realize you're trying to defend your client, but that theory is preposterous. How could 300 coins possibly be made to hit someone all at once?
It'd be pretty easy if they were in a bag or something of that nature.
And so where is this bag of the coins we're in?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, we recovered nothing of the sort from the scene. It's possible the culprit took it with them.
They took it?
The true culprit used the coins as a blunt instrument to commit murder. They then threw the body into the pool before the security cameras started up. And then they left, taking the bag the coins were in with them. They got rid of the evidence that points to a human culprit to pin the blame on Orla. That was brilliant, Mr. Wright. You found a way to introduce the possibility of a human perpetrator. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, somehow. Let's hope my luck holds out. I wonder why Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't said anything.
The possibility of a perpetrator other than the defendant has now been suggested. But if we hold this possibility to be true, then what did Mr. Plume witness? That's right. I saw the killer whale attack the victim, just like it did a year ago, singing a song.
I guess there still is that. Even with somebody else as the culprit, Orla's behavior still seems pretty bizarre. I wonder why she was doing the same thing she did a year ago. But is it really that bizarre? What do you mean? To explain the inexplicable, all we have to do is turn our thinking around. Turn our thinking around, huh? Sounds good to me. Time to give the old turn my thinking around method a try. Instead of trying to figure out why Orla did the same thing she did a year ago, I should consider the results that were produced by her behavior this time around. Orla sang a song, did some headbutts, and bit the victim. If the real culprit wanted to shift the suspicion onto Orla, then they would have needed to give people a reason to think Orla did it in the first place. Okay.
Mr. Wright, as her lawyer, how do you explain your client's actions?
I believe we should think of it in this way, Your Honor. What kind of effect did Orla's actions have on the case?
Very well. Then why don't you explain it for the court? How did the defendant's actions affect the case?
Well, they either created a witness or they got rid of the evidence. But what evidence did the whale get rid of? Nothing really, right? I don't think the whale got rid of any evidence, so I'm going to go with they created a witness. Mr. Plume focused her attention on the orca pool because she heard the song. The orca's act of singing a song created a witness.
Created a witness?
Isn't it possible that fabricating a witness was the real culprit's true intention? After all, Ms. de Plume witnessed two things. She saw Orla headbutt something over and over, and she saw the orca bite the victim. Those two actions of Orla's might have been the real culprit's plot to make the witness think the orca was attacking the victim.
Are you saying that the defendant was being manipulated by the true perpetrator?
Exactly, and that would explain Orla's actions perfectly.
But the defendant is an orca. It isn't even possible to manipulate her.
Yes, there is a way to manipulate Orla's behavior with this! The whistle.
Take that!
Is this a whistle?
Yes, Your Honor. Trainers at the aquarium use whistles to issue commands to Orla. But in truth, anyone can do it, provided they know the right signals.
Ah, that must be how they get Orla to do tricks for their pirate shows.
The true culprit hid the body in a spot that couldn't be seen from the visitor's corridor. Then, when Ms. de Plume appeared, they gave Orla the commands. In other words, Orla was manipulated by the culprit to perform a series of tricks.
What?
And as for you, Ms. de Plume, you were manipulated by the true culprit to play the part of a witness. Get fucked.
I, Norman de Plume, was set up. I, Norman de Plume, writer extraordinaire, was used. No. No!
Oh my god, her whole shit just exploded. Please don't let her robe fall open. No, thank you.
Mr. Plume, please do something about your attire.
That was one wardrobe malfunction I did not want to see. Damn. Damn, Phoenix.
It would appear we need to shift our suspicion towards someone other than Orla. Prosecutor Blackwell, please have this bloodstained coin analyzed.
You waste your breath. I guess even Prosecutor Blackwell can't refute the possibility of a human suspect. You did it, boss! If the crime happened beside the pool, there's no way an orca could have done it. Now, if only we could find the bag the coins were in.
In light of the new discovery, it would appear that the orca couldn't have done it.
Exactly, Your Honor. If the blood on the coin proves to be that of the victim, we can unequivocally overturn Orla's accusation.
Objection!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he broke his shit.
Overturn the defendant's accusation? Huh, I think not.
Ah! My hair! My beautiful hair! I like that his mask is that part of the animation, too. That's nice.
Yesterday, a new inmate was brought into the prison. He said, the moment you relax is when you're most vulnerable. And then you get rammed. Huh? And what did this man go in for? He is merely a sneaky thief who enjoys a spot of fishing now and again. But Raidono here would be easier to hook than any fish.
Oh god. Here we go. You forgot the mask was part of the animation? It is nice, yeah. That hawk sure does love the judge's head. Oh? 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 You had the bag this whole time, you fuckface. You absolute fuckface.
What's this? That coin from before in some sort of bag?
A bag? I don't think I'm gonna like this. This is the coin bag the 300 coins were in. I believe you were looking for this? How did you get that? I never said we didn't find it at the crime scene. Man, this is fucking garbage. Fuck this guy, man. The bag had blood on it, so naturally I had it sent to the crime lab. And? Does the blood belong to the victim? It does indeed, as does the blood on the coin. So what the fuck? You want to kill an innocent whale over this? You're a piece of trash, dude. Fuck this guy. I knew it. So the blood on the coin did belong to the victim. The bag was open and the coins had all spilled out. But the bag alone wasn't proof enough to say that it was used as the murder weapon. However, thanks to the defense and their coin, I am more than satisfied that it was.
Prosecutor Blackwell, are you conceding that the true culprit committed the murder with the bag of coins?
I shall concede that the victim was put into the pool after his death. However, even with the bag, it doesn't change the fact it was the orca that killed the victim. Oh my god. Please explain. Yeah, exactly. Ace Attorney Prosecution 101. Hide all evidence until it can most fuck over the defense. That is every case in this entire series. Holy shit, bro. Hold back evidence until it ruins the defense's contradiction that they just, laid out there. What? How can you still suspect Orla? You said that the true culprit manipulated Orla's behavior. But Orla isn't the kind of orca that would let someone control her. If anything, Orla used the victim's behavior against him to murder him. What? But...
Are you arguing that the orca manipulated a human being?
To prove it, I have summoned another witness. Marlon Rhymes. Take the stand. Wait, what? Marlon Rhymes is a witness? Oh boy, we're going to hear an entire story that we haven't even heard yet. Here we go. Well, don't just stand there. State your name. I told you I didn't want to be a witness, man. I thought one witness would be quite enough to prove the defendant's guilt. But apparently Raidono won't be satisfied until every stone is turned. Well, son of a bitch. Alright then, fine. If I gotta talk, then let's get this over with, homie. Mr. Rhymes doesn't seem like a willing witness. I wonder what Prosecutor Blackwell's gonna have him testify about.
So, could we have your name and occupation for the record witness?
Here we go. Ahoy, yo. Yo, 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 ho, ho, ho. People of the law, time to testify. Chilling with my crew at the ship shape. Orcas, penguins, and the seascape. Cleaning and feeding. There ain't no end. But them bratty kids' tours I shall transcend. Noob animal keeper from the house of rhymes. I'm the master keeper. Marlin with the rhymes. Son of a fish. Alright, so anyway, there, he introduces himself. He's the noob animal keeper.
Oh my, I'm afraid I couldn't understand a word of what you said.
Alright, let me lay it down again for you then, alright? I want a double cheeseburger and hold the lettuce. Don't be frontin', son, no seeds on the bun. We up in this drive-through order for two. Sorry, I don't remember all the lyrics off the top of my head. I've heard it in a while, but, you know, it's the Big Mac rap.
Is that flip-flop music young people nowadays like?
Flip-flop? Yeah, the Shankla music. So close, Your Honor. So close. And yet, so far.
Please proceed with your testimony, witness, without the flip-flop. The flip-flop, hippity-hop, hip-hop anonymous.
Okay, fine. But I don't want to do this, I tell you. I feel like I'm selling Sasha out, homie. Uh-oh. So here's the problem with this, is we're probably going to exonerate the whale pretty quickly here, but it's going to point towards Sasha having done this, and that's who our real defendant's probably going to end up being here. I had a feeling about that from the very beginning, that even though the whale was accused, the girl was going to end up being who we truly defend, and I think that's exactly what's about to happen here. Here we go. The man-manipulating orca. Ayo, at about 10 a.m., I was in the staff room. I heard a loud noise from the pool room, homie. So I went to the door to look in. I couldn't see the captain or the orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around. The orca knows there's a certain spot people stand to play volleyball with. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and hit the captain. Okay. So that gives us a little more info about that area around the orca pool. Orca pool diagram. Okay, cool. The defendant made the stuff fall down. Overturned crates and assorted props were scattered all over the pool room floor. There is no doubt that it was the orca that caused the mess.
But could she really have done that from within the pool?
As I said, the orca is the only one that could have performed such a feat. The pool and its room were tidied the night before, including its various odds and ends. But when our rhyming Marlin took a look-see, over 400 pounds of props had fallen. To move it all in one go would challenge even the brawny prisoner in a cell next to mine. What is he, the jail gossip? So, how did 400 pounds of items fall all at once? I'll tell you how. The orca pulled on the cloth that was underneath them. A weight that would be all but impossible for a human to move. Was child's play to an orca. During a friendly game of volleyball, the defendant made the crates fall, and the bag of coins that was among the items fell on the victim's head and killed him. Really? 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 The orca then toyed with the victim's body underwater, which is what Ms. de Plume saw.
Objection!
But the witness only said he heard a loud noise. That doesn't automatically make it the sound of Orla making the items fall. Also, why did you only look in on the pool room anyway, Mr. Rhymes? That orca sometimes makes a loud noise to summon a trainer, you know. But I'm still a newbie, so I don't have a security card to get into the pool room yet. So even if she tries to summon somebody, there isn't much I can do about it.
I see. So the witness couldn't enter the crime scene.
Objection!
If Mr. Rhymes couldn't enter the room, there's at least one thing he can't be sure about. His statement that the orca was playing volleyball is pure speculation.
Silence!
Whether the orca was actually playing volleyball or not is not the issue. Traces of the orca's saliva were found on the cloth that was underneath the crates. The important point is that the orca is the only one that could have moved the items. I have to discredit that statement somehow. If I don't, it would mean that Orla was the culprit, even if the victim died beside the pool. I mean, we already learned that Athena knocked over all the items when she fell over, so anyone could have knocked that shit all over, right? The man-manipulating orca. About 10 a.m., I was in the staff room, homie. Oh, wait. Go back. Go back. I wanted to press that.
Hold
Press everything. Are you sure about the time you were in the staff room? We already heard that he was in the staff, or he was in the feeding room at 10:10. Remember, that's what Pearl told us. Yeah, are you sure about the time you were in the staff room? What? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm pretty good with time, you know. I've never been late to work once. Huh. If you're sure about the time, then there's something wrong with that statement. I better take another look through the court record.
All right, please continue with your testimony, Mr. Rhymes.
Yeah, I'm already questioning the time, but let's go ahead and press everything before we do. Heard a loud noise from the pool room, so I went to the door to look in.
Hold it!
You heard the noise from all the way in the staff room? That's right, the Orca pool room and the staff room are pretty close to each other. I guess so. Anyway, I heard the noise, so I went to the door of the pool room. But I don't have a security card, so all I could do was look through the door crack. What kind of noise did you hear? Want me to describe it? Here you go. Aw yeah, yo, word up the courtroom. The crash. Boom, bowing down to the relativity. Everything falling with the simplicity. This testimonial, it ain't got no fallacies. Things falling and breaking was pure insanity. Wow. It probably could have been alright if I had a little bit better of a cadence to that. But yeah, sure. Pure insanity. Kind of like that, yo. Okay, but why the need to wrap it?
Well, I didn't really get all of that, but in any case, I gather it was a very loud noise. Very well. Please describe what you saw at the scene.
It was loud. Got it. Moving on. Couldn't see the captain or the Orca, but I saw a bunch of coins scattered around, yo. Oops, I keep clicking past it accidentally.
Hold it!
Press it. You couldn't see the victim? I was just looking around the door, or looking through the door crack. I guess all that stuff was blocking my view, homie. I did notice a whole bunch of coins scattered all over the place, though. But at the time, I had no idea the captain was dead. Huh. Killed by gold coins. Ironic, isn't it? Perhaps the Orca wanted to be paid for her labor. Paid in coins raining from the skies. Coins raining from the skies? He makes it sound almost poetic. But the hard truth is that those coins were actually the murder weapon. We all deserve to be paid for our work, do we not? I shall have a fine meal tonight. If you find our client guilty, that is. Mr. Rhymes, do you have a theory on how the things got knocked down? Of course I do. Of course he does. The Orca knows where the certain spot where people stand and play volleyball.
Hold it!
She uses this ball and does a spike, right? We had a nice little demonstration of Orla's spike for ourselves just yesterday. Right upside Athena's dome. If you stand on the mark on the floor, Orca spikes the ball at you. Huh. Taka's good at flying straight at this target as well. And I see plenty of targets right here in this room. Everybody's so busy protecting their head, they forgot about the trial. Including you. Tell them what the defendant caused to happen. Well, the Orca knows people stand in a certain spot for volleyball. I think maybe she knocked down the stuff that was piled up there and hit the captain. Okay, press that shit. Are you saying you think she knocked down the items on purpose? I don't want to believe it myself. But that Orca's pretty smart. It'd be easy for her to pull the cloth the stuff was on while she was playing volleyball. Orcas are really strong. One good pull and all those things would come crashing down, you know? I guess maybe an Orca could be strong enough. Oh, I guess an Orca could be strong enough to make that much stuff fall. I've never seen an Orca play tug-of-war myself. But the fact is, this one did. The traces of the Orca's saliva found on the cloth prove it. How long do you plan to walk tightrope on those shaky theories of yours? Wait till you see me do acrobatics, bitch. Moments like these are what I became a lawyer again for. Don't remind me of acrobats. Acro the Acrobat can suck my ass. Fuck that guy. I don't know why, but Mr. Rhymes is lying. I'm afraid I have to expose that secret he and Pearls were keeping to resolve this. Yup. And that's the fact that he was not in the staff room. Does the calendar prove this, that he's not in the staff room? It does. It does. Booyah, motherfucker! You say you were in the staff room, but is that really true? course it's true. Why would I lie about a thing like that, homie? Mr. Rhymes, have you ever seen this calendar before? Hey, I see you recognize it. Yeah, that's the rifle calendar. It's a big hit at the Ship Shape Academy gift shop, you know. Thank you for shopping at Ship Shape.
Mr. Rhymes, please refrain from scattering fish around the witness stand.
Not to worry, your boldness. Taka will have them cleaned up in no time. Taka's hungry. Swoop on them fish, dog, or cat, or bird, or whatever. Guess that bird comes in handy now and then.
All right, Mr. Wright, we have all seen your cute souvenir. Now, if you wouldn't mind...
No, Your Honor, this isn't my calendar. It was originally the witness's, but it came into the possession of a certain young lady. What? Mr. Rhymes and this young lady first met each other in the food prep room. After a mishap, their calendars got switched around. They ran into each other at about 10:10 a.m. in the food prep room. So clearly the witness was not in the staff room. In other words, there's no way he could have heard the noise in the pool room upstairs. Yeah. What's this? This is the first I'm hearing about it in any calendar. That's because Mr. Rhymes and Pearls were keeping it a secret. You lied to me? This transgression will not go unpunished.
So, Mr. Rhymes, you didn't hear the noise of the equipment falling after all, did you?
Okay, I admit it. I didn't hear the noise in the Orca pool room myself, but somebody told me about it.
Who told you about it?
It was, unless you tell the truth, Mr. Rhymes, I can't save Orla. And I'm sure you know how sad that would make Miss Buckler. I heard about it from Sasha. What? From Miss Buckler? But that doesn't make any sense. What's going on here? Now it's the trainer's own words that drive the Orca into a corner. How do you like being bitten by your own client, right, Dono? I certainly didn't see this coming. What perfect timing. There was something I wanted to ask Miss Buckler about the Orca. The prosecution calls the trainer Ms. Sasha Buckler to the stand.
Yes, I suppose it would be a good idea to hear what the Orca's trainer has to say.
I don't know what Sasha's going to say, but I'll just have to meet it head on, whatever it is.
We will take a 20-minute recess while the witness is summoned.
How far away is this aquarium? Isn't she back at the damn aquarium? Holy moly. Alright, we're taking a break, I guess. To be continued. Yeah, I can't imagine this is all getting solved in one day still, because we haven't met everybody, I don't think. This is Dr. Crab. We haven't met them. I feel like that matters. But alright, apparently we're going to pick this up with the cross-examination of Sasha Buckler. What's she going to say? We'll go ahead and find out.